We would go in and, the rule was, leaving the ego at the door. You've heard it many times, but we really did because we were quite brutal to one another, but that's the way we got better.
Yeah, getting back to like the director, I found the director on Crudes to almost give all the responsibility to the animators and the supervising animators to make sure that the animation reached a level. And with Guardians, like you were saying, that you met like twice a week, like to talk about like the eyes and like each other's performances. So would you be able to go in and plus each other's shots? Like,
yeah.
After the fact, after it was approved, pretty much? And then...
Yeah, actually, we had two steps. If we had something in blocking, we would show one another early on.
Yeah.
Usually after either before or after we'd shown the director, it didn't matter. And then after we had an approval session and it had been finaled or auto-finaled, which is a process where the performance is approved, but there's mechanical details to iron out that the director really doesn't need to talk about. That's our job as animators. We would go in and, the rule was, leaving the ego at the door. You've heard it many times, but we really did because we were quite brutal to one another, but that's the way we got better.
Right.
It's just like pushing and the minutia of, that smile's like a degree too high. It's telling me something different. It's the wrong feeling there.
Yeah.
We talk about story and what just happened to Jack and why he wouldn't make that expression. Even mechanics, like why that move doesn't feel good, or an extra frame there, an anticipation that needs to be pushed or slow in,
right.
and so on and so forth.
Now, I have to say, because you're at CTN and you're doing some workshops here, but we're dealing with and looking at students' work all the time. Like through iAnimate, like you're teaching like basically like showreel polish. And when you're looking at students acting stuff, like are you trying to push the same type of thing, like the same sort of acting skills that you're learning like on Guardians and that type of thing? Because I think it's really rewarding, like to get this like first-hand knowledge,
Yeah, I don't know how the students feel about it, but really I don't try and push how we animate. I think I try and see what the students' potential is and where the direction they're headed is. And of course we have a deep discussion about what their goals are and where they would like to head, because I'll help them however they want to go. But I try and find what they do naturally the best and strengthen that and reinforce that, and what they don't do well, really make that the basis of where we start.
Yeah.
So we work on the things that aren't easy and we make the whole package strong.
Yeah.
But really I think that I could teach them to observe better, to kind of open their eyes to seeing things in a different way.
And I mean, I've said this to you before, but some of my favorite animation is like from you because of the sincerity in there. And I think like
Thanks.
I see that in your students' work. There's something about the acting that they all like steer way away from cliche, and it's all just really sincere and natural acting. I think it's the honest feedback that you're giving them, saying this gesture won't work, it's not the right gesture for that character or for that moment or for that dialogue. There must be something that you're doing to get them to get to that next level.
I don't know. I mean, same as when I taught at CalArts, which is a brick and mortar school compared to an online school.
Yeah.
I think what students respond to most is that you believe in them. And that's where it all starts, because once everyone's on the same page about expectations and the level I expect from them, because it's very easy to be lazy in a school, either one.
Right.
But the common thing is when they're challenged, they're all very, very talented. They're so talented. That's why they're there.
Right.
And they have that desire, but a lot of them don't channel it and they don't focus. And that's what we're there to do, is to focus, to open our eyes, to be really open to everything,
Right.
and to really start to look at different performances from live action. I show a lot of dance, I show pantomime, I show ballet, specifically within dance, music video, wherever there's a performance to be had, clips from the news, whatever there is,
Right.
we look at it and we say, okay, why does it feel this way and why does this feel this way? So they can start to build their own vocabulary of what they see, and then when they get confidence and being able to identify expressions and what in a physical makeup in terms of how the body really reacts to make those expressions, once they start to learn and they see that, they can't stop. And that's what it's about, really.
Yeah. That's awesome.
2 seconds before the 5 minutes.
Okay.
Perfect.